So this week is a big week of content. We have a new monthly award program. We have Team Affinity Season 4. We have new ranked seasons awards. There's a whole lot of stuff being added to MLB 21 this week. Today we're going to kind of go through a gist of what the schedule looks like in case you're confused. Go through what could be entailed with things like Team Affinity and things we could expect from the reveals we've seen so far. And just in general, what is going to change in this week and what you guys should be prepared for, because this is a lot of content. I think this is the most we've gotten since the All-Star break, so it's going to be very hectic on MLB 21. It may be a little overwhelming. I'm going to try to make it easy and explain everything to you in case you are confused or wondering what is going on this week. Let's get into it. So this is the schedule for this week. There's a lot of stuff on here. So on Tuesday, we have the new ranked season. We found out one of the awards, and we have a guess on what the other one is, and we'll go through that in a moment here. Wednesday, we have a new monthly award program, so that is going to mean a whole new bunch of players being added, and at least one 99 overall player, which would be somewhat usable at least. Also new event, new headliner. Thursday, we have the leadoff. It's that video thing that they've been doing once a month, and they're announcing a new legend on there. And then Friday, we have a push to button stream. So they're going to finish up the Team Affinity announcements and sum through everything that has gone on this week. They're going to drop Team Affinity 4. It says Legends and Future Stars, and then another new headliner. So this is a lot. But the main things are ranked season and awards, monthly award program, and the Team Affinity Season 4. We're going to kind of go through all this stuff and what you guys can expect. First, we have a ranked season awards. First one that was announced is 99 Josh Donaldson. This card should be very nice. Really legit third base option. A lot of people love Donaldson, and I would love to give him a go. If he's anything like Lindor or 99 Verlander, this card should be very nice. Other legend they've given hints for today. They said that they joined the 30-30 club on a walk-off home run, and a lot of people have been saying Eric Davis. I mean, we don't know, but I think it's basically confirmed. Eric Davis, they could give him a really legit 99 overall. Really good center field option with power, contact, and speed. Actually, very good defense, too. So, two really nice ranked season awards inbound. I don't know how much people are going to prioritize these dudes. I mean, I was excited to try to get Lindor at some point, but with this new Team Affinity dropping, I may not even be able to pick him up, which is fine, because there's going to be a lot of other new players to try, and I'll give him a go eventually. Speaking of Team Affinity, let's go through all of the reveals we've had so far. They started to reveal these on Sunday. First, we had 99 Greg Maddux for the Cubs. Should be a very legit sinker cutter, fastball pitcher. Not much velo, but he's going to have nice control, probably high-ish hits per 9 and Ks per 9. He should be a very legit control type pitcher like that Felix Hernandez. I am personally really excited for him because I really like the Felix Hernandez card, and it'll likely be very similar to that. I just like those control type pitchers. 99 Paul Molitor signature series here. This is what his attributes look like back in MLB 19. So they should be kind of similar to this. There shouldn't be much change if there is any. We'll have to see what they do, but should be a nice little high contact option for your infield. I don't know how much people are really going to want him other than say some Brewers fans, but we're going to have to see how that goes. 99 John Olerud. This is the first time he's gotten a 99. He has really high contact, at least very likely he will. He'll have probably solid power, like maybe about like Roberto Clemente type power, like the 80s, low 90s, something like that in that range, and good defense at first. Just taking a guess on what he was during his best years, it's going to be a pretty nice defensive first base option if you like those big PCI, high contact dudes. 99 Brett Saberhagen, he's a no-hitter card in this card this time. He's a legend that people don't really love each year. You don't see that much use out of him. I think a few years back, some people used to use him a bit. Since then, he hasn't been great. Key thing with this card, he should have a high hits per 9 since it's a no-hitter card, so I'd expect around 120. He's usually got a pretty funky release, so he could be pretty solid, honestly, but not the highest expectations for him. 99 Bob Gibson should have nice velocity, big break on that slider, and a sinker as well, I would guess. I'm excited for him because I did well Bob Gibson cards in the past. Would love to give this card a go this year. 99 Duke Snyder prime card. I'm excited for this one because the lefty outfielder. We don't have that many really good hitting lefty outfielders. It's like Cedric Mullins, Bryce Harper, and Larry Walker at this point. So it's good to have that lefty and get some more variety in players. And he'll have like gold defense probably, solid speed, good power at least versus righties. The only reason people don't love Duke Snyder is he's really good versus righties and not as much versus lefties, which isn't like the most versatile, but I bet you this card will be very solid. And finally, 99 Triple Crown Hal Newhouser. A lot of people are gonna like, of this card. You should have like a really high velocity fastball and then a couple curveball type pitches. If you like that Frank Tanana card, you may like him. I don't know how viable he'll actually be. He should be good. People may have forgotten already back in MLB 20, early part of last year, he had a signature series card that people used at the start of the year, and he was pretty solid. I'm interested to see how he goes, but again, not the best expectations. And as you see, what a lot of these players have been so far is they've been 99 overalls. They're players that, you know, look pretty solid, but they aren't the best 99s. They aren't like your end game of all end game cards, which is about what I would expect. Now, we have to remember that finest cards and so on will likely go on. So this is like the last step before the final of all end game, I would guess. You already see we're starting to get those really good 99 overalls at this point in the game. So what this is like that final lead up to it, my guess. Also, key thing, you see their Milestone Prime Signature Series. These cards would be very nice to collect for Mookie Betts, Mariano Rivera, and you could see another drop like Team Affinity 2, where they drop a new collection award on the same day of Team Affinity, making it so you really want to get these players for whatever new player comes out, which is exciting. We may have another type of thing like that and may be hiding it. Whatever the situation is, though, these players be very valuable to at least fill up in your inventory and give a go, because they're 99 overalls and they're free to earn. They'll definitely be worth a try, many of these players. Also, they said Future Star cards are coming, so I don't know if they're going to be in this avenue. I don't know if they're going to be in the same level with these dudes, but there are going to be some Future Stars coming in this, so if you are looking for Future Star cards, they should be there as well. I would definitely expect a shift in the meta. Like you're gonna start to see more different types of pitchers be used. People have been rocking guys like DeGrom, Edward Cabrera, and some pitchers who were usable for a while here. And while those dudes are definitely still gonna be solid, once teams start to get really stacked with the better players in the game, you'll see some more variety. Like I bet you'll see some starters like Bob Gibson in rotations. You'll find some people use Maddox as well pretty consistently. And just in general, this is just the start. We have to find out who a lot of the other players are. You'll probably see some very nice options. I hope you see some lineup variety, so you start to see some lefty bats in the outfield especially. I think a lot of the best outfielders are righties at this point. But just in general, other players to balance your lineup to not have just righties. Like if you look at my God squad, nearly everyone is a right-handed hitter right now, which isn't a bad thing, but you know, it's good to have the balanced lineup and have lefties, righties, and different types of hitters to even out the handedness of it. And with pitchers, you may start to see more lefty starters. You know, maybe this Hal Newhouser is actually insane and we never expected it, and this card could be a very viable lefty starter. There are only a couple of them that I really see used consistently right now, so having lefty starters is big in this game. So kind of like what Team Affinity 3 was like when they dropped all the all-star players and people were just getting them all, trying them. This next week or two, I would say, is going to involve a lot of players getting a hold of them, trying them, seeing how they are, and you'll see like a new meta type thing form, I would guess, and see like who is actually going to be used on teams for the longer run here, which is fun. It's going to be quite the time to mix up your team and see who else you want to try. Right. In terms of the market, however, the market is going to get chaotic. The market will likely get crazy because people are going to start to sell players that want to use anymore. They may want to start to buy some players to use for exchanges. I don't know what's going to happen in the market, but it's going to be chaotic. You'll likely see some prices rise, some prices fall for players. If you plan on doing those exchanges, you're going to probably want to buy those players before Friday, especially because once it drops, people are going to try to get the program for Team Affinity done right away, and they'll be using exchanges. They're going to be pretty expensive at that point. So make sure you buy the players you're going to be using for exchanges, like the 79, 78 overall silvers or your 84, 83 golds that a lot of people like to exchange. You want to buy them before Friday comes around and Team Affinity drops. And also, this will be a great opportunity to get the previous collections like Mookie Betts, Mariano Rivera done. If you haven't gotten at least Mariano done, I really think you should be able to get very close, if not all the way done this time around, and then eventually be able to get Mookie. Looking at this trend right now, I have a feeling you'll be able to finish up Mookie Betts very easily if you complete Team Affinity 4 when it drops. I would make sure, if you haven't already, catch up on your Team Affinities, finish up those programs. I have videos on the channel to help you guys complete those, whether you're someone who likes Showdown or doesn't want to do any. I have videos on here to help you go through it. I don't know if this will be a quicker grind. I don't know if it will be just as long as Team Affinity 3. Whatever the situation is, this is going to take some time to grind this out, and I'll have videos with tips on how to get this new one done when that drops. And remember, you can use previous players or players in each division as collection awards for those divisions. So make sure you're building up your inventory of players in different parts of the game, help you get progress for this Team Affinity. Like I said before, you probably want to get some players beforehand. If the market goes down, maybe you want to sell like your previous World Series rewards beforehand, because if these players are really good, people may not want to go for the World Series players as much as they may go down. You also may see a shift. People are starting to buy collection players. Some players may go up in price that are in very difficult collection types like Milestone, Prime, Sig Series, depending on how hard that player is to obtain. So you may want to do that stuff beforehand. And finally, make sure you are keeping an eye out on your team. Tens of players being added to the game. So start to look at your team and reflect. Who have you been struggling with? Who have you been doing really good with that you want to keep using? Start to look at the shifts in your team and what you can be looking forward to. Take a look at all the reveals as they go down, and you'll be able to see like, oh, I'm gonna go for this player right away. I'm gonna have videos on the channel with reviews and tier lists of all the players starting to go up this week and next week. But in terms of what we can do beforehand, look for those weaknesses on your team, and overall look for new players you would want to try when this drops and when the monthly award drops, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of stuff coming this week. I know it seems like a lot, but I hope this was a solid summary of what we have in store. I'm going to be uploading a ton of videos this week and next week, all with informational content of completing Team Affinity 4, reviewing cards, monthly award programs, all the tier lists and how they stack in the rest of the game. Is going to be a lot. So make sure you guys are subbed, turning on those notifications to keep up with all the uploads this week. It's going to be a fun week, but it's also going to be hectic. So let's make it a good week. I'm excited for TA4. No matter what players we actually get, it's just fun to have all these players and build up the inventory, get more cards, and just give more players a go, because, you know, more players is never a bad thing. And we'll be back at it again with another upload either tomorrow or Wednesday with more tips leading up to Team Affinity Season 4. And I'll see you all then. Deuces.